Hey everyone, Nathaniel here. Just right outside the Lincoln Memorial, as you can see. Washington, D.C. tonight, there are people from all over the place. There's people walking past me. I see a guy with the Purdue shirt on. Behind me at the Lincoln Memorial, there's people from all over the country here enjoying a nice night here in Washington, D.C. I'm at the reflecting pool. If I bring it around this way, you can see the Washington Memorial, and behind that, the Capitol. The groups are all here from all over the place. They're on buses from all over the country. They are here to enjoy their national capital. And tonight, just about 30 minutes ago, the last reporting is that there's no deal going on with the debt ceiling. Now, the thing you need to realize about the debt ceiling, it's not about necessarily borrowing money. It's about paying the money back that we've already borrowed. What we don't understand is that we didn't have to borrow more money, and the money that we borrow is actually at a higher rate than the money we just paid back. And we're not getting any closer to a deal on this. June 1st is only a couple of days away, as this video is being made on the 22nd. I was on the Hill today, and I heard several members of Congress say that they were planning on resigning on the last day of June, just so they weren't seen as being responsible for the default that's going to take place on June 1st if it happens. Now, I've heard some of the members of Congress say that, yes, there's going to be a deal, they're figured out. And then I've heard a lot of the members of Congress say, no, this is over. There is no more deal to have. If they're not going to budge, we're not moving. They're saying that, well, if we default, they can blame it all on the White House for not budging. And the White House thing, if they don't move, we can blame it all on the Republican House for it not budging. At that point, it's all just ego. This video is not about politics. It's not about partisanship. I want you to look around, see all those people back there. It's their lives that everyone's playing with right now. It's not the monuments themselves. It's not your reputation as within your political party. It's not your principle on position. It's all of these. You know how many kids are back here? There's hundreds of kids back here. There's buses lined all over and down here. There's planes flying. And we are just a few days away from financial catastrophe because we're not able to get a deal going. McCarthy and Biden have been meeting in the White House every day. The Senate's out of session. The Senate's on recess this week. So if they are able to get something going on, you're going to have to get the House to probably pass a new bill. That takes time. You're going to have to be able to get the Senate back in D.C. in time to hammer out the details on there, and that takes time. So this is Monday night, the 22nd. If there's not something done here very quickly, the chances of default are very, very high. Probably the highest we've ever come to a default. Now, we've raised the debt ceiling a lot of times. That's not really a thing. Trump raised it a couple times. Obama raised it. The Bushes raised it. The fact that we're making this a political issue, you're destroying the stability of the country, and like I said, this is not a pro-Republican or pro-Democrat video or anti either. It's just that you're putting us at such a risk, at such a position. None of these people deserve this. All these people back here deserve a government that's going to function. And if you're not able to pull this off, then maybe we should have to reevaluate how we do things. Because I don't want to go through a default. No one out here is rooting for the default. No one out here really cares what party you're in as a member of Congress. They just want you to do your job and actually make the country function. So this video, again, it's not a partisan video. This video is just saying, these are the people's lives that you're playing with. All this policy, all this politics, all this debate, it's their lives, their livelihoods, their homes, their mortgages, their cars, their jobs, their children's college funds, their personal debt. You're playing with all of their lives for ego. And I honestly think everyone who's holding this thing up make the compromises we need to do, and this goes for both sides. If your side's not budging or not willing to compromise, then you are at fault, not the people who are here to compromise. There's people on both sides that are willing to compromise, but more and more I hear about the wings of both parties and the White House that just won't budge. So if you're not going to budge, if you're not willing to negotiate, if you're not willing to figure out where we can cut spending, spend differently, then you're part of the problem, and that's not being a partisan. This is just fact. So this is Nathaniel Gavronsky from the National Mall in Washington, D.C., a few days before the apocalypse, financial apocalypse of the United States. Wishing everyone my best, Godspeed, take care.